Government has now bowed to pressure on the housing levy fund and started the process of making it voluntary. The mandatory 1.5% deduction from both employers and employees had sparked disquiet that put a halt to the affordable housing project following opposition from COTU, the Federation of Kenyan Employers, and activists. And as Stephen Letoo reports, President Uhuru Kenyatta has directed Treasury and the Housing Ministry to move to Parliament to revise the mandatory requirement.
In what was a clear case of change of tack after the realization that the ambitious affordable housing project will continuously face hurdles, the contributions to the housing levy fund will now be made optional for salaried individuals.
And to ensure that the implementation of the program is not derailed any further, I have directed and ordered that the Ministry of the National Treasury, as well as the Ministry responsible for housing, to move to Parliament for a revision of the legal requirement in respect of the Housing Fund levy to make the contribution voluntary, and this should happen with immediate effect.
The housing dream encountering an avalanche of legal hurdles that stalled the collection of the housing levy fund that formed the pillar of the president's Big Four agenda for his legacy. 11 cases were filed in court, all seeking to stop the mandatory deductions that were to take effect on May 9th.
The affordable housing program will continue to deepen and accelerate access to housing far beyond our immediate target of 2022 of building 500,000 housing units, and set Kenya on an extraordinary path.
The housing fund was informed by the need to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. The government in April issued a public notice directing all employers to deduct 1.5% of their employees' salaries and remit the monies to the housing levy fund before every 9th of the following month. In this fourth pillar of his Big Four agenda, President Kenyatta seeks to have 500,000 houses built by 2022. The Federation of Kenya Employers, as well as the Central Organizations of Trade Union COTU, had moved to court challenging the government move to impose the housing levy, throwing the implementation of the project in limbo. Stephen Letoo, Citizen TV, Nairobi.